that question was asked to us by somebody who, when they bought their property, they did a final walkthrough. And when they did the final walkthrough, there was a tenant there. So there was all the furniture, pictures on the walls, people in the house. So you weren't able to see every single square inch of the property. So everything was good at the final walkthrough. I'm great. I want to buy it. They do. Long story short, they close on the property. When they close on the property, they go back to the house. Now the tenant stuff is all gone. Property's 100% empty. When they go back, when it's empty, before they went back, when they saw the property for the final walkthrough, their interpretation was, oh, it's move-in ready. We don't got to do nothing. Maybe a little touch-up paint here, and that's that. But when the tenant moved out and they went back after they closed on the property, now they're the owners of the property. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. Carpets were stained, holes in walls.
Yesterday's property was not today's property.
Today's property. It's not today's property. 100%. So, and that was, it was surprising to say the least. For some of them, it was like, what do I do now? Because not everybody's built to see past stuff, right? Sometimes you walk in a property, like obviously, we're super seasoned. So, when you walk in, you see a ton of things. Like I could see past the things and just be like, oh yeah, this is great. Like I love it. I mean, you know what I mean? And everybody else walks in there like, you don't see this? Are you?
That used to be me 100%.
Right. So, and some people, entry level people, even seasoned people still can't see past that to a certain extent. So this episode is kind of dialing in on, what that looks like. So people who do their final walkthroughs or their walkthroughs while they're looking at the property, don't just pay attention to light fixtures, light switches, doors opening, closing properly. Look at carpets, look at sofas, look at the walls around and behind the sofas. Look at the bathtub, the shower head, the hot water tank, the furnace, the floors. Like pay attention, the trim, something people don't pay attention to. When you walk in a property, you look at the floor, where the floor meets the trim. Make sure that all those gaps are, tight, because if there's a big gap between the floor and the trim, that may mean your house is sinking. That may mean your subfloor is messed up and you need to, jack the house up, replace your subfloor. Like there's just a lot of small details that people don't know. And we can't tell you every part of that because, if you don't have that contractor background or if you're not super seasoned, you may not know that. So, with that being said,
what we do, we try to give you all the information so you could. There's always, just because you're not seasoned, you might miss a couple things, but you have other people to help you. We have realtors, we have property managers, we have all that to help you. It's just that at times when you think you can do it yourself, you kind of miss a couple things, and that's what it comes down to. And
to go even a little bit further, to be super transparent, with H.G.R.G, we have like a checks and balance system, right? With our program, so it's kind of bulletproof. You can't mess this thing up. If you follow our program, there is no such thing of oh wow, I didn't know that.